I want to show you just for a moment what some options are for pain in the shoulder in downward facing dog. Okay, just a few options, and then I'm going to come back and review after I demonstrate this. So just watch me for a moment. So coming into downward facing dog. Now if you take your chest and you push really strongly toward your thighs, you're putting a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint by doing that, kind of collapsing, letting it drop. But if you take this part and draw it forward, so protract, and then take the elbows and externally rotate, and then from there externally rotate, and then push to elevate. That could give you some more space. All right, now I'm going to come down and get a little closer to review. That may or may not work for you. It's your body. And the reason I'm showing that is because if you collapse the chest, it's not going to feel so good. When I did it, it didn't feel so good. So you do want to think about broadening. However, anytime you bring the arm overhead, you are creating what I'm going to call shoulder impingement, okay? Because the rotator cuff tendon is getting caught between the two bones. And that's just how we move. But if you are feeling discomfort, pain, work on rotating the arms out or bringing the scapula further apart. So I mentioned 3 things. I mentioned protraction, bringing the shoulder blades away from each other, and then external rotation, bringing the elbows to face the elbows. They call them the eye of the elbows, I guess. Rotating them out, and then elevation, where you're really pushing up or pushing down when you're in downward facing dog. And I want to say that when I externally rotate, it does not feel great for me. I hyperextend very considerably. So that didn't feel so great, and it's hard for me to sustain, so I have to tweak it a little bit. So elevation works the best for me is when I'm pushing the earth away when I'm in downward facing dog, not letting my chest collapse. So I invite you, if you're having issues and downward dog does not feel good, to explore these options. Maybe you need to bend your elbows a little bit out to the side, and whatever class you're in and the teacher says, oh, you're doing it wrong, I advise you to listen to your body, because you live in your body and everybody's body is different. We have such a complex structure with our anatomy, and it's so completely individualized. And then if you have injuries or tightness, that adds another level of stuff that's going to go on with the shoulder. So take the time. I really invite you to take the time and just explore some options of how you can just articulate and move to create some more space, freedom, and feel better in your downward facing dog, because then it's just kind of a moot point to be in that. I'm going to show you one other thing that you could play with, and instead of being in downward facing dog, you could try dolphin pose. It might not feel any better, but I'm just going to demonstrate it so you can see. And the only difference is, instead of being on your palms, you're on your forearms. And you want to have a right angle, and you're going to use your fingers. So instead of being like this, you're going to just spread your fingers. So just watch me for a moment. And come back. So spreading the fingers, so right angle. Okay, spread the fingers, let the head go, and then lift up, and then give a little push. So think about that elevation again, and let the head go. And try this. The only thing you don't want to do is go out like this, because then you are going to stress out the shoulder joint. So that's just one option. It might not be the best option, but I just wanted you to play and see what's available to you. Maybe dolphin pose is not the best, but explore and see. You gotta pay attention to how your body's responding, okay? Because in the end, you're responsible for your body, and you're the only one that's really gonna know what's going on with it. So take the time and just explore some ideas I just gave you right now to see how it goes. And if you have any questions, I would love to hear. You can leave a comment, and I will see you later.